Good day everyone, I am Charity Bunalan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, me and my partner are going to explain to you guys our developed PowerPoint presentation with regards to our last output, which is about developing a 1 unit of an IM. So our task is all about who should develop an instructional materials. But before I proceed, I would like to introduce to you first my partner, which is Bunalan Cagot. So to continue, our task is all about who should develop an instructional materials. So our developed epigraph or essential concept is it takes energy and creativity to devise authentic context and meaningful interaction. But with the help of a storehouse of teacher resource materials, it can be done. It is according to James D. Brown 2007. So to continue, our learning outcomes is students are expected to identify what are instructional materials. Students are expected to inculcate and understand the effectiveness and importance of instructional materials. And lastly, students are expected to analyze who's capable of developing and creating an instructional materials. And our developed pretest is supply me direction. Supply the needed word in the underlined space provided in order to accomplish the given task. So our developed pretest or our prepared pretest is for the students to test their learnings or their stock knowledge about this topic who should develop an instructional materials. And to continue, my partner is going to explain to you guys about our contents and more.
Good morning, everyone. I am Bunalan Cagot. So, here's the contents of our topic, which is about who should develop an instructional material. But before we proceed to our main topic, let us know first what instructional material is. So, it was stated there that instructional materials are the most essential tools that a teacher uses for the students to learn in every subject in the school curriculum. According to Faiz and Dahan 2011, instructional materials are print and non-printed items that are designed to impact information to students and the educational process. It includes lectures and items such as prints, textbooks, magazines, newspapers, slides, pictures, workbooks, electronic media, and other materials that a teacher uses to help and guide students in developing and enhancing their learnings and skills effectively. So, basically, any resources a teacher uses to help him teach his students is an instructional material. It is important because they can significantly increase student achievement by supporting student learning. This process aids in the learning process by allowing the students to explore the knowledge independently as well as providing reputation. However, the very main point of this unit is to answer the question who should develop an instructional material. So, according to a study of Y.M. Harsono at Universitas Katolik at Majaya, Jakarta, it was stated there that a teacher are the one who's capable of developing their own instructional materials. These conditions encourage the teacher to be familiar with the objectives which they should set and consider first in the teaching and learning pace or process. With the help of those objectives, teacher could be able to fulfill the needs of the learners by enhancing and facilitating their skills and learnings effectively. So, it was clearly stated there that the teachers are the one who's capable of developing their own instructional materials. So, in order to enhance our teachers' lesson effectively, therefore, such materials must be carefully planned, selected, well organized, refined, and used for the maximum effect. So, next is thus, as a teacher, according to Michael Quest, you are the expert of what material works for your students. So, you provide useful feedback to help develop curriculum, establish effective environments, and monitor student success. So, so aside from our teachers, or the teachers are the one who's capable of developing instructional materials, they also the expert of what material works for their students. So as I've said, when using such instructional materials, teachers should teachers should select appropriate instructional materials for their teaching and learning process. Say, for instance, when using audio visual materials in teaching, so teachers must be well prepared for their audio visual aids to present their lesson effectively in order that students learn from what they heard and what they have seen, as well as their students can acquire knowledge and improve students' analytical thinking. Okay, so here's the learning activities that we develop of our topic. So, directions. Answer the following situation with your own opinions. So, number one is, why do we need to develop instructional materials? Number two is, what makes instructional materials effective in teaching and learning process? Next is the assessment. So, direction. Answer the letter of the correct answer. So, number one is, who is Michael Quiz? A researcher who says that teachers are the expert on what material works for your students. B. A researcher who says that students are the ones who develop modules. C. A researcher who says developing an instructional materials is so tiring. Number two, are the most essential tools that a teacher uses for the students to learn in every subject in the school curriculum. Letter A, materials. B, instructional materials. C, all of the above. So number three, instructional materials include books, textbook, visual aid, posters, lectures, printed, and other non-printed materials that a teacher uses in the educational process. A, yes. B, no. C, maybe. Number four, according to them, students taught with instructional materials perform significantly better than those taught without instructional materials. Letter A, Michael Quist. B, Charity and Donnie Jean. C, Stephen and Isaac, 2013. Number 5, he explained that instructional materials are designed to promote and encourage effective teaching and learning experiences. Letter A, Lola. B, Baba Lola, 2004. C, Faiz and Zahan, 2011. So that's all the assessment of our topic.